Alrighty, so with my recent push to have SA6 done in my box, the only thing that I really have to work on as far as characters go now are new characters and True Awakening. So I wanted to make an updated video on Demon King because it's not changed like super drastically or anything, but I just wanted to go over the team that I've been using to actually farm it and stuff. I still could farm this more than I already do, but I only have so many SA coins, and I try to make sure that I have enough for a new character whenever they come out. So I'm trying not to like overcommit and not have materials for new characters when they drop. But this is the actual team that I'm using for Team 1 now. I originally was using like the Cocytus and Red Danafor Liz, or I think it's the blue Danafor Liz, actually. Red-haired Liz is what I was trying to say. But this is the team that I've been using more recently. Obviously, not super like free-to-play friendly or like new player friendly because we have several collab characters. We have 3 different collab characters in here from 3 different collabs. And we have Nanachi, who is just, staple for, basic stats and everything like that. But the key here is to run Albedo on an attack crit damage set. Some of you guys probably don't have that because, honestly, just running her on HP defense is completely fine. You could probably get away with it, but I don't think you'll be able to do like turn 1 kills or anything. I am running the unknown/human attack card set for this one, and the idea here is that you basically just get the attack related stats from Kizuna's passive. You give they're both the same card basically, but you can either use the buff card from Kizuna or Jue or Viol or Bomb, whatever you want to call him, and you use that on the Albedo, and then you can basically kill turn 1. And then the team B that I'm using is the Sins team, and this is overkill, but I really like using the Valentine's Diane. She's like super good. She puts the attack related stats on if you need them. She tanks for you, so that way if he uses his single target, it doesn't derank your other character's cards or anything, which is nice. It's a 2-turn stance as well. Escanor can actually burn HP off with his AoE skill. It's not crazy good or anything, but his single target is nice to use from time to time, and most of the time in the second phase where you're going to be using this team in this setup, Melly's basically going to get his passive like every single turn that you don't complete the rule and stun him out, because he ends up using like his AoE skill, which has Mark of Death on it, like the Demon King unit has. So he's basically just going to cleanse those debuffs off and immediately proc his passive. The Festival Gother is actually incredibly good because you can use 3 skills from different race characters, which all of these are different raced, and then you can rank up his skill to a level 2 if you need it. You can immediately rank up Melly's skills, so that way they're level 2, so that way when he procs his passive, they immediately become level 3s. If you need a level 3 for that phase or anything like that, it's just incredibly, like, everything is basically taken care of. The only thing you don't have on here is a recovery skill, but you won't need it because you get through phase 1 so fast. The only caveat to that, you do need to use attack food. I mean, I've beat it without attack food before, but realistically, somebody told me that it comes down to the amount of AoE skills he uses in phase 1. So the idea is when he uses an AoE skill, it actually lowers, I think, your attack and your defense. So if he double AoEs during the turn that you actually have your stance up, it'll lower your attack just enough to where you won't kill, if I'm not mistaken. But I think the attack food should help sort of like cover that a little bit. So you can see he's lowering attack and defense with that AoE. He automatically goes first anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He's going to just attack into Albedo a couple of times, which is good because it gives her attack related stats. So that's basically what you want because she has that turn 1 taunt anyway. So in this scenario, we just use the Kizuna AoE. That's actually going to cleanse the debuffs off. Then we can throw out the buff card, and we can use the stance with Albedo. You can use the Kizuna buff because she's going to rank it up into a level 2, but I kind of like just using the Viol one anyway. It doesn't really matter because, I mean, if you pull an extra Viol, like I did right there, you could merge it, and then after his passive procs, it'll rank it up into a level 3. Or you can just, if you get another Kizuna card, you can attack with it, and then it'll rank hers up into a level 3. So he did AoE once. He uses his single target, and then he uses the card that will actually seal you. But because we have attack-related stats on, it doesn't do anything. So this will actually attack into it and should kill. So there we go. If you double AoEs, sometimes you can just be short on the kill there, turn 1. But being able to literally kill him in one phase there without having to deal with the rule at all is fantastic. So that is really nice. In this scenario, we need to use a level 3. So this is one of the times where ideally you can get it over with really quick if you pull an extra stance card. Because you can just throw another stance on or like play into the rule. But because he needs me to use a level 3, I'm going to swap teams here. We are going to use the Diane stance, the Escanor AoE, and then I'm going to rank up Melee because more than likely he's going to AoE. Put debuffs on us, we'll cleanse those off. Melees will rank up into level 3s. Gothers will actually rank up into a level 2, and because we have the stance on, he won't be able to D-rank Melee or Gother. So it works super easy. It's incredibly efficient. I don't know. It's wild how how it all kind of like works together beautifully like that. So, like I said, attacking into the end, that single target is the one that D-ranks your cards, so it doesn't matter there. We're gonna get rid of that Mark of Death, rank him up. So now we need to use a level 3. So level 3 into a level 1 into a level 2. So let's just use the Yan card into the Melee level 2, and I'm going to do that so that way we can rank this up, because once we complete the rule here, it's going to rank our hand up anyway. We're going to lower his stats, and we're going to increase his damage taken, and then I can use the Escanor Gold card to just deal extra damage anyway. So we're not going to end up proccing the Melee passive again yet, because there's obviously no debuffs or anything since he loses his turn, but doesn't really matter. What is the next rule? We do still need a level 3. I guess if you really wanted to, you could try to gamble with it a little bit. I do have a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3 on this team, so if I really wanted to, I could swap back to the other team, use this one for a turn, which I guess we can. I mean, we already have the stuff to complete the rule anyway. So let's just go ahead and use the buff here, and then just stance up, let Albedo kind of just do her thing a little bit just because we can. Realistically, I normally just do turn 1 with the unknown team, get through it as quick as possible. If I have the setup to continue stancing and everything, I'll do it. But for the most part, I end up swapping to the Sins team just because it's so easy to get high rank cards with that team anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He is going to get full ultimate move gauge here, so this is a scenario where if you can't complete the rule, you want to make sure that you can take his ultimate off, because in phase 2, it's not a guaranteed one-shot, but he does a lot, like a ton of damage with his AoE, or his ultimate, so you got to be very careful there. I actually do have the stuff to complete this. Unfortunately, it would waste that stance, which I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll just do something like this, level 1, level 2, level 3. Like I said, the stance is going to get wasted. It's only a level 1 stance, but because we complete the rule, doesn't matter that he has full ultimate move gauge. So we're actually going to delete with Nanashi, and it's going to take the ultimate move gauge away anyway. We are officially... We've done enough turns to have his immortality gone, so we can completely kill him here. I don't actually know if these will kill or not. I could easily just swap over to the Sins team. Ideally, you want to beat this as quickly as possible, because if you're going to be fighting it over and over and over again, you don't want to really waste your time with it, but... it is what it is. I'm having a little bit of fun with it there, but yeah, you can see. I mean, I could definitely play that faster if I'm not like explaining things or anything like that. It's gotten a lot easier if, of course, you have the team for it. Demon King can be incredibly specific in that regard, so obviously I'm getting carried by the crazy strong units that we have now, and I have the ideal team set up for it. But yeah, I have been running this a lot more recently. Just wanted to kind of update you guys on the team that I've been using for it, and sort of like the thought process that goes behind using the team a little bit. But it's a cool fight. I like that this is such a unique and interesting game mode, but it can be very frustrating if you don't have the right team setups and stuff like that. Hopefully, if you guys summoned on the Percival banner, you were able to get the Valentine's Diane, because she's so good for this fight. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys probably don't have Albedo. Hopefully, we'll get an Overlord rerun sometime in the nearish future. I think if we do get another rerun sometime soon, it'll more than likely be Mushoku Tensei rerun. But, you know, we've only had one Overlord collab so far, so there is still a chance that we end up getting Albedo again sometime, hopefully, in the near-ish future, so that way you guys can get her. But, you know, it's always a conundrum. There's always new players coming into the game. Then players who start after the Part 2 collab comes out, then they're not going to have a chance to get her. It's a rinse and repeat thing. So either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are using an interesting team or something different or, you know, cool or unique, let me know, because I do like kind of like experimenting with some of the stuff on this fight a little bit. We even did it with Wild. If you haven't seen that, we used Wild and Hawk last week whenever I got my hands on Wild for the first time, so that was kind of fun as well. Go check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys later.